very warm welcome to the Kdf Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In our highlights tonight, postings, promotions and appointments. His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto effects changes in the Defense Forces. Mentoring the juniors, Permanent Secretary for Defense Dr. Patrick Mariro hosts young MOD staff for a mentorship program. Health is wealth, enhancing medical care in Machakos County. The 3rd Kenya Rifles Battalion marks Unit Day celebrations in Nakuru. Honored for service to humanity, United Graduate College and Seminary International confers honorary doctorate to Warrant Officer Class 2 Catherine Macau. To start us off, His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, pursuant to Section 9(2)(a) of the Kenya Defense Forces Act, has, on the advice of the Defense Council chaired by Prime Cabinet Secretary and Acting Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Defense, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, upheld the Council's recommendations and made various promotions, postings and appointments of Kenya Defense Forces. President Ruto has appointed Major General Stephen James Mutuku as the Deputy Commandant, National Defense College. Prior to his appointment, Major General Mutuku was the Senior Directing Staff Army at the college. Further, the President has promoted Colonel Paul Moiron Njuguna to the rank of Brigadier and appointed him Chief Strategic Communications here at the Defense Headquarters, while the outgoing Chief Strategic Communications, Brigadier Zipporah Kioko, has been posted and appointed Director Corporate Communications at the National Defense University, Kenya.
Subsequently, on the advice of the Defense Council, the President has upheld the Council's recommendations and made various promotions, postings and appointments of the Kenya Defense Forces officers as follows.
Following the announcement of the Kenya Defense Forces promotions by His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Kenya Army and Kenya Air Force commanders held promotion ceremonies where the newly promoted senior officers were investitured at respective service headquarters. Take a look.
Speaking during the investiture of ranks at the Defense Headquarters, Commander Kenya Army Lieutenant General David Tarus hailed the officers for their growth through the ranks, noting that they were equal for the task ahead of them. Recognizing their dedication, sacrifice and commitment, he commended the officers for their exemplary service they have rendered to the nation at large. Subsequently, at the Kenya Air Force Headquarters, Commander Kenya Air Force Major General Fatuma Ahmed presided over the investiture of rank ceremony for newly promoted senior Kenya Air Force officers at Moi Air Base here in Nairobi.
Dr. Patrick Mariro, Defense Principal Secretary, held bilateral discussions with a delegation from India led by Commodore Balaji, the advisor on international cooperation in India's Ministry of Defense, who paid a courtesy visit to the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. P.S. Mariro highlighted the strategic partnership between Kenya and India, underscored by various memoranda of understanding, including the recent shipbuilding agreement between Kenya Shipyards Limited and Goa Shipyard Limited in India. He further emphasized on the importance of continued cooperation through joint military training and exercises to improve maritime security for mutual benefit. In another forum, Dr. Mariro called on the technical team tasked with developing an integrated defense workforce for the Ministry of Defense to fast-track the process by creating a detailed roadmap for the next steps. During a meeting with senior leadership from the Public Service Commission, led by Chairperson Ambassador Anthony Mushiri, Dr. Mariro expressed his gratitude for the completion of both local and international benchmarks. He highlighted that the benchmarks were necessary in diagnosing challenges faced by civilian staff at the Ministry of Defense and identifying the best solutions. Still at the Defense Headquarters, Dr. Patrick Mariro, Principal Secretary for Defense, hosted a working lunch for young civilian staff from the Ministry of Defense at the Defense Headquarters. The mentorship program, convened by Dr. Lilian Zavi, Director of Human Resource Management and Development, is part of the Ministry's efforts to encourage young staff to maximize their potential. While addressing the participants, Dr. Mariro assured the staff that the Ministry is working to ensure all cadre have schemes of service in an effort to provide a clear roadmap for career progression. Moving on, the 3rd Kenya Rifles Battalion marked the Unit Day celebration dubbed Narungombe Day to honor the brave men and women in uniform for their continued dedication and sacrifice in safeguarding the nation. The Narungombe battle, which took place during the World War I in Tanzania, is one of the many battles fought by the then 3rd King African Rifles, now rehearted to the 3rd Battalion Kenya Rifles, domiciled at the Lanet Barracks. Take a look.
Speaking during the ceremony, former Kenya Army Commander, retired Lieutenant General Agostino Njoroge, noted that it was an important day for the 3rd Kenya Rifle soldiers and should be applauded for its rich history that drives the battalion. He further emphasized that it is not only for the personnel, but also for the families. He urged the soldiers not to cut their relations with the veterans as they are in history of the unit's achievements.
Kwa mahali ambao alitufikisha, sio kwa uwezo wetu, lakini kwa uwezo wa Mungu. Tuendelee kuombea jeshi letu, umeweka jina nzuri.
Also speaking during the event, former Commander Kenya Army, retired Lieutenant General Walter Aria Koipaton, commended the 3rd Battalion Kenya Rifle soldiers for their diligent and selfless efforts in various areas of their deployment, noting that their effort has contributed immensely to the KDF mandate of defending the Republic against land-based threats.
I would only advise that in the spirit that you mentioned of dedication to duty and courage, you stand by that. But above all, I add that you also inculcate the strongest loyalty to your country.
The event saw the inauguration of the first edition of the 3rd Battalion Kenya Rifles Scarlet magazine, which is a chronicle of the unit's heritage, shared experiences of the soldiers and the officers, both still serving and retired, and also provokes reflections on emerging security posture.
Defense Forces Medical Insurance Scheme held a medical camp at Machakos Showground, an event aimed at extending medical services to retired and retiring deaf-mute contributors and their dependents residing in Machakos and the neighboring counties. The chief guest, who is also the Chief Medical Officer at the Defense Forces Memorial Hospital in Nairobi, Brigadier Dr. Milton Obilo, said that there is need for the deaf-mute to maintain a robust disease prevention programs on wellness that include health talks and screening of the members.
I wish to encourage you to maintain a healthy lifestyle in order to remain productive in society and to continue building our great nation, Kenya. Nevertheless, if and when challenges arise, maintain a positive attitude of the fighters that you are and strive to conquer them.
Speaking during the exercise, Deaf-Mute Managing Director Brigadier Moses Leriari affirmed that the scheme is pleased to see the members and their families access quality medical care easily from accredited healthcare providers across the country and overseas whenever required.
The medical camp is also a platform that provides an opportunity for medical practitioners, that is doctors, clinical officers, nurses and other medics to give back to society. And the medics you are seeing here today are rendering their services free of charge. They have come all the way from various institutions and even from KDF to offer services to you.
This year's theme, promoting overall wellness for deaf-mute members through comprehensive health programs, the scheme provided a range of medical services including consultations, orthopedic, dental clinic, cardiology, ophthalmology, and general surgery services, among others.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Njeni Maingi, retired O1. Nilikuwa RCM, Flying Training School, Laikipia. For all those years, mimi niliserve since nilikuwa recruited since 1975 na nikaserve for 43 years. Wakati niliserve for 43 years, nika-retire, na kabla tisia retire, nilikuwa briefed about the debt insurance. So mimi nikaingia, nikafanyiwa mahitaji ile ilikuwa inatakikana. So now I'm enjoying the debt kwa sababu mimi nikiwa mgonjwa nikienda kwa any hospital ile mumeclarify, tunaona tunasaviwa vizuri.
Other institutions that partnered with DefMis to make the event a success include the Nairobi Hospital, Nairobi South Hospital, Preston Park Hospital, Bishop Kioko Hospital, Equity Afya, AAR Assurance, Chiromo Hospital, and Karen Hospital.
It was a joyous moment to behold for Warrant Officer Class 2 Catherine Makau after the United Graduate College and Seminary International conferred her with an honorary doctorate in humanities at the United States of America. The Humanity Doctorate is one of the honorary awards accorded to prestigious individuals who have made unique accomplishments for the betterment of society. Warrant Officer Class 2 Catherine Makau has been recognized for her extraordinary dedication as an athletics coach and her outstanding role in nurturing young athletes to the pinnacle of the athletic world.
I've managed to train the athletes in 80 Brigade, where when I was posted in 80 Brigade, there was in coaching, there was in running. And when I was posted there, in fact, I started the coaching in Nyahururu, and then we managed to get good athletes like John Abel Mutai, Gujiri, and others who have been selected to go for Olympics.
Some of the notable athletes Warrant Officer 2 Makau has trained include Taita Toi Kindali, who earned a maiden selection to represent Kenya in 800 meters at the Olympic Games Paris 2024. The world winner of the Berlin Marathon competition, Patrick Makau, is the other significant athlete who has thrived courtesy of Warrant Officer 2 Makau's coaching skills. While accepting her honorary doctorate, Makau was elated for sharing such awards with some of the world's prominent personalities, including former Burundi President, the late Pierre Nkurunziza, President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, among others.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the Kdf Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. Goodbye.